Hi, I'm Tyler from Elite Sport and Spine. In this first video in our golf training series, we're going to cover a couple things I look for in an assessment and evaluation of a golfer. Now, there's a lot of stuff we're looking at: mobility, stability, power, strength, all sorts of stuff. But in regards to mobility, two of the big ones are the thoracic spine and the hips. Golfers need to rotate really well through both of these areas, and these are areas that can really be capitalized upon if they don't move well. So we've got Noah here. We're going to evaluate a couple of these things on Noah just to show you what that looks like, among a lot of other things in an assessment. So I'm going to have Noah start seated on the end of the table. I'm going to have him bring his legs and knees together. He's going to sit up tall and put his hands on his opposite shoulders. Elbows are pointing towards me. Then he's going to rotate as far as he can to the right, keeping this together. And then he's rotating to the left as far as he can. He rotates a little better, I think, going to the left. I'll often ask people, do you feel tightness here in your upper back, lower mid back? Ensuring they keep those legs together ensures the rotation's coming from the thoracic spine and helps keep the lumbar spine, lower back a little more in place. From there, we'll have people lay flat on their back on the table. Here, we're going to look at hip range of motion. So just a simple way to do this is to bring the leg up about 90 degrees. I'm rotating his hip, looking at external rotation, so Noah's got a lot there. Then I'm rotating the other direction, looking at internal rotation. Both are important in a golfer, especially internal rotation though. We want this to be at least 40 or 45 degrees, so Noah's got a good amount there. I'll then also check this on the other side and compare. Next, I'm gonna have Noah flip over. We're gonna again look at internal and external rotation of the hip. This time I'm gonna stabilize his pelvis here and bend his knee. The difference here is we're in hip extension before we are in hip flexion. Again, I want to see a lot of both of these in both positions for a golfer. He's looking pretty solid there on both. One other way I like to check thoracic rotation is to have a person come down into a quadruped position. So Noah's going to put both of his elbows on the table. Then he'll take one, put his hand on his low back. The other elbow is touching his knee. I'm going to ask him to rotate up as far as he can to the right. So this is just even a little more specific to that thoracic spine. It's really hard to cheat or compensate anywhere here. And then he'll rotate back down. This can be a good assessment, but it can also be a good mobility exercise. So just as a take-home exercise to do reps and sets of this at home is a great way to start to work on T-spine rotation. Among other things in a rotational assessment, we'll also look at like swinging a golf club, throwing a medicine ball, just to see what happens when you kind of put all the pieces together and start to do the sport or the activity that you're doing.